Good morning, Dave Snyder here. It is the 28th of November, 2015. Okay, so this is the black hole. I've shown this before many times, many times. Excuse me. Okay, so my head's a little bit foggy right now. I just woke up, so I've been looking at this, just thinking. First of all, I need to point out this circular pattern. I've seen. You see the trail where it comes. It has this trail that leads to here. Well, this trail comes from another place where this circular pattern has shown itself in the past several times. Right here. And it's not showing it now. No, it's not. And I don't know why they show us this crap, but right here, and I'll find the picture. Just got to give me some time to do that. I'm just going to show you this picture right now. I'm going to overlay this picture. I'm going to save it and overlay this picture over one that I know where it is, so it won't take me all day to show you. Okay, so here we go. This is a Google Earth. Turn all this stuff off. I haven't saved that image yet. I got to save it first. Okay, so let's save this image. Snipping tool. And I've already overlaid this over the moon last night, but it wasn't like this exactly. But I'm going to show you something else. The Gulf of Alaska image of this same pattern over the Gulf of Alaska where the Pacific blob is. Okay, so we'll just save this as a. Oh, I don't know. I've got so many things saved. Can't come up with names anymore. Okay. I already got so many whole names, so let's just call it oh, can't do that. Look at that. See, I already got that. Mm, that's good enough. Sir. Okay, here we go. To Google Earth, and let me bring up my image I call the Pacific Blob. Overlay. And this is just one of many images of this circular pattern that I have. Okay, just one of many. I probably have more. I have more than I even know as far as that goes. I mean, just see the circular pattern there. Look at this right here. See this right here? This is the Gulf of Alaska right here. See that? This is the Gulf of Alaska. See this? See that weather pattern right there? See that little dip down there? Now let's go back to Wonder Maps. See that right there? Go back. Actually, it shows it right there. I'm just going to overlay it right here. You'll see. Showing us that trail from it. That I'm telling you that three spots. It goes from the Gulf of Alaska, right? It's in the Gulf of Alaska. It shows itself here. Make it a little smaller. It's gonna go right inside there. That circular shape goes right inside, right? See the waterfall that comes out like it looks like a waterfall coming out, right? This weather showing it it moves a little bit in this image, but let's get it up there just right. Look at that. It's just gonna go right over that. Okay, that actually you see it right here. This is the other edge there. You see. But you see how it comes down to this little V right here? Look, it's the same thing. It is the same thing. It is the perfect circle, just about. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say perfect, but it is the same thing. Coming coming from the Gulf of Alaska. I'm not saying it comes from there because it's obviously there's a spot. This spot is okay. Let's just say it like this. It goes from the Gulf of Alaska. Just stick that. Just stick to that. Goes like this. North America right here. This area shows the same circle. I have that image and it shows the same exact same circle right over the right over the western United States. The whole thing covers this area. It's this size over North America, and then you have it in the Atlantic. So it goes like this. Shows the big circle here. Shows the big circle here, and it shows it right over the Azores. Well, it's showing it right over here. Right now, it's showing it right there, but I've seen it right over the Azores before too. So it's definitely an interesting pattern to say the very least, because it fits everything. Oh my God, does it fit everything? I mean, now that this is put right here in place, I could bring up all my other images and they'll all fit it, because that is the same exact thing. It's just showing it just come out the side because it's in a different place. It's in a different place. I have this one that I'm not going to say this one's aligned. It's just kind of up there, and that would be this one. This is the one I seen in the same place right here. This one was seen in the same place, but I got it. It's not obviously not aligned right, but it goes in. It's the same thing. That's in the Atlantic right there next to Africa. You can see there's the Sahara right there. There's Portugal, Spain, and this is right here in the Atlantic. And you see it's almost three-dimensional the way you see it. You can actually see a hole in the earth. And they changed this weather so it doesn't look like this very much anymore. But you can see like the walls. These clouds are showing you basically a 3D. When I first seen this, it freaked me out. I mean, this was totally three-dimensional. The picture downgrades when you save the image. You can't. It loses its resolution somewhat. But anyways, we'll just get. You see that was in the same place pretty much, pretty close to it. Okay, so now I'm going to show you that. I'm going to take away this other picture that I have in the background, the Pacific Blob, and then we'll just look at this over this spot. Or I can bring up other stuff. I can bring up like the Mo Perfect. Takes a minute. But you see how this dips down? You can't really see it as good as in the other picture, but man, this is the same thing. It comes from this. Look at this right here. Where it comes. Look at this right here. See that right there where it does that? Because it's the same thing. Also, this is not only this area of the moon. Another area of the moon will fit this. This is like Mare Moscovians. I did the overlay last night, and Mare Moscovians as well. So very interesting there. Let's just bring up some other stuff here. I'll bring up this one. Let's take a look at that one. This shows that little dip down. You can't see really good here, but it's there right here. Okay, so that one. Let's bring up Africa. Over Africa, take a look. That one's hard to see anything, so it won't be no good to bring up Africa. Okay. There's the Pacific Blob again. Here's another. This is the storm that was in the Pacific, North Pacific. That one, it was like the strongest Pacific storm to come out of the Bering Straits or whatever. But you can see how it dips down right there. See the dip down? It takes a little practice to look at that, but it's the same thing as well. North South Pole. Puts that right over Iceland, which doesn't surprise me. And it puts Europe right. Look at that. Puts it right in the right place. So that's what I'm talking about, confirmation, because we see this Schrodinger over here in Europe all the time, but it usually flips over by then. This part usually flips over, and this is on the other side. So it gets kind of complicated, but Pluto should fit beautifully. I mean the moon. This is the moon, actually. It's not Pluto. So anyways, you see that. You see the Pacific Blob image anyway. That's the same thing. And the trail that it leaves. That's an important thing too. The trail. This is the only time of year that it shows the trail, pretty much. I mean, there's one part of the year that it shows the trail, which we call the jet stream. We call it the jet stream, but the jet stream's following a trail that's on the Earth's surface. Basically, it comes down like this and comes back this way. We're not seeing this part that joins this part, but it goes like this. Obviously, it comes across the Pacific, then comes up, and then comes down, and it does various things, but it usually holds this pattern. It comes up like this and then down and across, and that's definitely a trail from something that's moved across, like the continent moved across the hole, or something on the Earth moved across the hole, moved across this area, or something. But it comes from here, and shows it, and it shows it over here. So you got it. This is warming right now in the Pacific, the Pacific blob. There's definitely a hole here because it's warm in the Pacific right here. So there's a hole right there. So maybe North America used to be over that hole, and maybe this area used to be over that hole. I don't know. We also have a lot of volcanic activity in the Atlantic, I guess, right around here, probably from the Mid-Atlantic Ridge going through there. We got Iceland, which is very volcanic. You know, and then we also have the Yellowstone right here, where where this other one happened. So we have all three spots being very volcanic in the past and present. So I'm just saying that hole is important. So just want to point that out. Have a great weekend.